What if I told you that you can create a similar shop just like this, selling patterns you could see over here, okay, and then this shop has already made 60,000 sales. And even conservatively, if we say that each sale is just $1 in profit, then that's already $60,000 in profits, okay? And then if you just jump over here, okay, I'll be showing you the technique on how we can create something like this patterns over here, these beautiful patterns in just seconds. So I'll show you in 3 easy steps on how to get this going. So for step 1, you need a Midjourney account. So for Midjourney, if you haven't heard of it, Midjourney is simply a bot inside Discord that you could just give commands to, like just like this. Okay, I already did this, and you can generate beautiful images, beautiful patterns just in a couple of seconds. So that's the really cool thing with Midjourney. So if you're not familiar with setting it up, don't worry, it's very easy to do so. There are a lot of tutorials out there as well that you can search inside YouTube. But for this tutorial, I want to go straight into how we can utilize this to start making money. So when it comes to Midjourney, okay, so there are free trials out there. So over here, you can see the subscription plans, they're free trials. But to be more consistent, you would need the paid option. But the cool thing is there are a lot of basic plans or different plans that you could use. And for the basic plan, it's actually more than enough for us. Because over here, you could just go for the cheapest option to try it out first. And you would need a paid plan to be able to use the images that you have generated from a commercial standpoint. If you want to start earning or making money from it, then you would need a paid plan. But just go for the basic plan. That's what I would suggest. And just generate as much images as you can, okay, to start earning money. Because with just this initial set, it's very easy to start like earning back the investment that you have made, okay? And then that's from the point that you can decide on, okay, do I invest more into this like methodology? And then that's where you can start putting in your experience and learnings from it. Step 2 is to start having fun. So once you have Midjourney set up and your account is ready to go, that's where you start generating images. So what you need to do is simply search, let's say in Etsy, the shop that we have seen a while ago, and then see that, okay, what kind of patterns that we can create our own as well that's similar to that specific theme. And what you've seen a while ago is it's selling like hotcakes for those floral patterns. So over here, what you can do is simply go into Midjourney and pretty much just type in imagine. This is how you use Midjourney, right? And then type in a prompt wherein you start describing what kind of image Midjourney will create for you. So the cool thing with this one is that, let's just go for beautiful roses pattern, okay? And then let's say like vibrant colors. So you could just make it as detailed as possible when it comes to describing on what Midjourney would create for you. And then what's important over here is we need to add the tile like parameter over here. Because what you want to do is for Midjourney to create patterns such as this. Because what's going to happen is it will generate 4, okay, variations for us to choose from. And each one is a pattern, meaning that if you repeat this specific square over here, okay, and then put it side by side, it will form a coherent image, which we will see later. Now, what I'll do is let me just press enter over here and then see what the bot will give us. And the cool thing is it will give us a lot of options, 4 options to work with, and it's up to us to decide on which version to use. Okay, so the cool thing over here is it only took a couple of seconds for Midjourney to finish this image for us. So there are a couple of options as you can see over here. For over here, U1, U2, U3, U4, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. U is simply upscale. So if you're happy with a specific image, then you can just select like a specific pattern and then upscale it to make it large. So for example, let's say we're pretty happy with number 3, this one over here. You can just click on U3, okay, and then it's going to make it a bigger version. Okay, so it's actually rendering as we speak, very quick, and this is the version that we have. That, for example, let's say, okay, I don't want this one. I want this one to be the upscale version instead. So let's go for U4 over here, right? And then it's going to be making the bigger image for over here. Now, the cool thing with this one is that if you could see, right, this specific rows over here, you have this portion as well. So if you stick them together, if you make another copy of this, put this over here, it will form one coherent image, okay? So that's the pattern that we are talking about. And then with this pattern, you could just make it as big as possible and then start selling on different products, okay? And there are a lot of ways that you can monetize this. Now, over here as well, for the versions, so this is V1, V2, V3, V4. So for example, let's say you want it to make more variations based on this specific image. So for example, this one, we're not happy with this one for number 2, but let's say I want you to create more versions or variations of this one and then see what's going to happen. I click on V2, okay, and then wait for it to finish the job. Okay, so it created like 4 more images that's like slightly tweaked, okay, and then it's up to you on which one that you decide. So it's a really handy way, okay, if you know that it is the general direction that you want to take, okay, but it's not the final product, then you just ask Midjourney to create more variations of this one. Okay, so if, for example, let's say you're not happy with the 4 options, you can just ask it to repeat. You could see this icon over here. So if you click on it, it will generate 4 more versions, and then based on the original prompt that you have given Midjourney. So the really cool thing with this one is pretty much any topic under the sun that you could think of for patterns, you can ask Midjourney to create for you. So for example, let's say I'm a big fan of corgis, and let's just go for cute corgi dogs. Okay, so just type in over here, cute corgi dogs pattern. Okay, and then let's say go for beautiful colors, right? And then don't forget the towel, because that's very important to start creating the pattern. And then once you have this, you could just go to Etsy and then check out the different shops, like the different patterns that they're selling, and then just look for the different themes that they're after, like their cover, and then you can start creating your own version as well. Okay, all you need is that specific topic, because you know that there's a specific market that's buying this patterns. Okay, and then you can start creating your own. It doesn't have to be like carbon copy, because the cool thing with Midjourney is it will generate the ideas for you, and as you can see over here, right, it's still blurry, but Midjourney is doing the work in just a couple of seconds. Okay, you can see that it's already complete. And now we have our cute corgi patterns. It won't be perfect in the first try, but there are a couple over here that looks really cool. And I like the first one over here. So for example, I'm happy with this one. Version 2 looks a bit weird because it's like color green corgis. They don't exist. But let's say I'm happy with the first one. So I'll go for U1 over here. I want to upscale the first image, right? And now you have your specific pattern, which is really nice. Okay, so once we have these patterns, let's go to step 3 on how to make money. So if you love this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more passive income ideas like this. And all links that I have discussed for the different software and websites, the links are in the description. And I also have a free ebook for you, okay, on the top 4 ways to earn passive income, which the link is also in the description. Now, step 3 is all about making money. So there are a lot of ways that you can just utilize to start making money with our patterns. So one is creating your own online shop, just like in Etsy over here, right? You can just uploading your patterns and then selling it for a specific price. Okay, so another way as well is to go to Redbubble, sites like this, wherein it's the print-on-demand business. So meaning that you provide the creative work, the art over here, right? And then if somebody places an order, Redbubble will print out the t-shirt or any like merchandise over here with your pattern, okay? And then you get a cut in sales, okay? So that's when you start making money. So in our example right now, what I'll do is the easiest way is to get started with Redbubble, because over here, you just upload your pattern, start selling, and then if anybody orders, right, it's going to be passive because you don't need to lift a finger afterwards. It's more of the initial setup that you need to work with, okay, when it comes to uploading your art or your patterns over here, okay? So once you have the image, what I did a while ago is this is the one, right, that we have generated, the cute corgi pattern, okay, or the roses, up to you, any pattern that you wish to do. And then what I'll do is let me just add, and I've already uploaded it over here inside Redbubble. And what I want to show it to you is that there are a lot of ways that you can monetize with this. Because over here, you could see, right, that there are a lot of product types that you can sell using your pattern over here. So for example, let's say for phone cases, that looks really cool, right? Let's go for edit. So if you edit this over here, right, you could see like different options on making this a pattern. So for example, if I select regular grid over here, then you can see your phone case, okay? So you can see the image being repeated across, okay, the entire like area over here, and you could see that it's very cohesive. What Midjourney did was create a pattern for you that you just paste next to each other and it will still form a cohesive image. So if we're happy with this one, I'll just go for apply changes over here, right? And just scroll up. It's a beautiful phone case over here. And you can start selling it right away from day one. Now, let's just jump over here. So for example, let's say even over here, right, for shower curtains. So you just have one small image over here, but if I click edit, so over here, when it comes to shower curtains, for example, you can just do the same thing. Just go for choose patterns, select regular grid, and now you have the entire, okay, shower curtain with this corgi pattern. Now I'll go for apply changes, right? If I scroll up, okay, it's a beautiful shower curtain. So you can see where I'm getting at right now. So just go for the different like product types and determine that, okay, is this a good fit? So for example, for scarves, is that a good fit? Is a pet bandana as well a good fit for this pattern? And the cool thing with patterns is it's very flexible because a lot of these, okay, even notebooks. So for example, let's just go over here. You can just test it out quickly. Okay, just go for regular grid as well, apply changes, and then see if your pattern would look good. And it looks great in a notebook. So there's a lot of things, maybe clocks not so much because it's very hard to see the time, but there are a lot of product types, and I hope that this gets the imagination going. Okay, so if you want to learn more on also how to design t-shirts using AI tools, then watch this video.